Hello everyone. Today we'll be doing a pick a card reading entitled How Can I Overcome Codependency? So if you're not someone who struggles with codependency, then there's really no need for you to watch this video. This video is for people who have a hard time being independent or being autonomous. People who feel like they always need to be in a relationship, or they cling to relationships that don't serve them. They cling to toxic friendships. They cling to abusive romantic situations or anyone like that. If that's something you're struggling with, then this video is for you. We have 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take a minute to decide which pile is calling out to you, and we'll go ahead and get started with pile 1. Okay, group number 1, these are your cards. You got set boundaries, the Tower, 3 of Cups reversed, 4 of Pentacles. You got a feeling you just can't shake. You are the best thing to ever happen to you. Astara, the Moose, family, and solar plexus chakra. So let's just go card by card, and I will explain what I'm picking up. So the strongest message that's coming through for those of you guys who picked group number 1 is developing your sense of inner authority, feeling comfortable with being commanding, feeling comfortable with trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, and knowing the value of your own opinions and your own ideas. So with the set boundaries card, it says you can honor and hold your own space. This applies to both physical and emotional spaces. Respect your own feelings and allow others theirs. So it's really important that if we're in relationships that are stepping on our toes, or relationships that are giving us anxiety because we feel that people are crossing our boundaries, and maybe this is not something you're aware of, but pay attention to how you feel when you're interacting with people, and just ask yourself if you feel good during these interactions or if you're feeling bad. Just be more mindful of how you're feeling when you're talking to the people that you have relationships with. And if you notice that you feel like your toes are being stepped on, or you're feeling anxious, or you're feeling disrespected, then pay attention to that, and then you have to set your boundary, and then you have to let people know what your boundary is, what your new boundary is that you created for yourself. And if they can't respect that, then that would be the time to let them go, which is kind of like this Tower moment, because the Tower is all about radical change. So some of you guys have already had your Tower moment, like that moment of devastation, of like devastating, destructive change. Some of you guys are going through that right now, and some of you guys need to have your Tower moment. Like when we see this, or people who know tarot, when you see the Tower, sometimes you're afraid because you're like, oh crap. Because the Tower is kind of like a tornado. It comes in and just fucks your shit up. It takes you to ground zero, basically. But the good thing about the Tower moment is you get to start from scratch. You get to wipe the slate clean and just start over again. So some of you have already had this moment recently, which Tower moments are more than likely always painful, but very necessary so that you can start over again. And then the 3 of Cups reverse, and then you guys also got this family card. I feel like in order to see the growth that you're looking for, you have to be willing to balance the time you're spending with your friends and family. Seems like you could stand to open up more to your friends and family and lean on them for support, and just put more energy into spending time with them and enjoying yourself with your friends and family. Maybe you focus too much on romantic relationships, or maybe you spend so much time alone you don't put any energy into spending time cultivating your friendships and cultivating your relationships with your family members. So one way to move out of this energy would be to spend more time cultivating platonic friendships and relationships, building stronger relationships with your family. Because right now, a lot of you are in this like look at this guy, like he doesn't want to share anything, he doesn't want to give anything, he's very stagnant, he doesn't want to change anything, he just wants to sit where he is because he's afraid of movement and he's afraid of losing what he already has. So you have to get to this place where you're just willing to let it all go so that you can start over again. And I feel like everyone who chose group 1 already has a very strong intuition and already knows, to a certain extent, it's like you already know how to overcome this because you have a strong intuition, but you just have to listen to it. You know, so just learn to trust your intuition and know that, to be honest with you, like you don't really need anyone. You don't need any one person in your life. Like, obviously it's great to have supportive people around you, but you don't need any one person to be with you or around you in order for you to be stable in yourself, be grounded in yourself. Because your relationships are going to continue to change and fall off, but you're always going to have yourself at the end of the day. So just know that if there are some people that you need to let go of, it's totally okay because you'll still have yourself and you're the best thing that ever happened to you. So be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, but just know that like you don't need any one person. And at the end of the day, we have to learn how to become our own best friends. Like being really supportive of ourselves and learning to enjoy our own space and enjoy our own energy. Your angel card says, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. So yes, when you're setting your boundaries, don't feel like you're asking for too much. You know, sometimes when we're in abusive relationships or toxic relationships, we feel like we're asking for too much, but you're not asking for too much. So whatever your boundary is, whatever you feel like is comfortable for you, just set it. And everyone who isn't hitting that mark, then they just have to go. Like, that's it. There's nothing else. So don't feel like you're setting the bar too high. Just set it to whatever feels right for you. And just know that you can trust your intuition. Yeah, it says don't compromise, which moves to the next card, which is a card of the moose. It says you know what's best for you, which kind of calls back to this one, that you already know what's best for you. You already know how to overcome this situation because you have a strong intuition. You just have to trust the information that you've already been receiving. And then you have the family card, which to me is linked to this Three of Cups reverse, because the Three of Cups reverse is all about celebrating and having a good time with your friends and family. So I feel like this family card here is a call to form deeper relationships with your family. If you have a supportive family, then don't be afraid to lean on them more. And I know everyone is not close with their family, and some of you guys may not have those strong relationships or those strong bonds. And this is just saying, don't be afraid to come out of your usual routine come out of your stagnation so that you can create new bonds around you, new relationships, and kind of connect to your soul family. So either you already have a supportive family, or you have the ability to go out and connect with your soul family and create new bonds through just getting out of your typical routine and trying new activities and connecting with people through your common interests. And then you also have the solar plexus chakra, which is all about self-esteem, and it's kind of a callback to just the need to create a stronger sense of self-confidence, feeling like you can trust yourself, trust your own intuition above all, above watching videos on YouTube, above listening to your friends or listening to whoever you clicked on this video about, above listening to anyone else. Know that you can trust yourself. Okay, and just remember to have your own back. That is really important too. So I feel like all of you guys who chose number 1, like, you guys are gonna be fine. This is not a permanent state for you. You guys are gonna move out of this because your intuition is so strong. So you're gonna learn to trust it, and that's gonna help you move away from any negative relationships that don't serve you anymore. So basically just be patient and remember to trust yourself. That's the most important thing, group 1. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on to group number 2. Hey group 2, so these are your cards. You have Heal, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment in reverse, 2 of Wands in reverse. Your angel card is Athena. You have Get Over Yourself, Pull Your Shit Together, Shame, Regret, and Guilt. Those are just bullshit. Will, Dreams, Personal Boundaries, Action, Boundaries, Butterfly, Fuck Fear, and the 6 of Pentacles. So a lot of messages. So we're just gonna go card by card, and I'll tell you what I'm getting from each of them. So your first card is Heal. So your journey of overcoming codependency starts with healing, which sounds kind of obvious, but what the card says is some wounds need to be acknowledged before they can be completely healed. Allow yourself the time, space, and processes necessary to find wholeness again. So basically, your journey starts with you just sitting down and identifying all the things that are hurting you, all of the pain and grief. Where is it coming from? Take the time to acknowledge your feelings and cry if you need to, or write, or do whatever you feel you need to do in order to fully acknowledge your feelings and let all of your feelings rise to the surface, even the ones that you're uncomfortable with confronting. Even the feelings you're uncomfortable with confronting, let them rise to the surface so that you can eventually clear them out. And then next, I see that you need to be spending more time and putting more focused energy into that which you're passionate about, that which doesn't have anything to do, isn't dependent on anyone else. What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you love? Is there a hobby that you love, or is there a milestone you'd like to reach in work or school that you haven't yet gotten to? Because I feel like whoever this person is that you've been focusing on, or maybe it's multiple people that you've been focusing on, is blocking you from focusing on your work or focusing on what you're passionate about in life. So there's also a call for you to have greater discernment, be a better judge of character, and yeah, just develop your sense of discernment as to whether someone is worthy of trusting or not. because you want to be able to develop a plan for the future, or develop a vision for the future. What do you want for yourself? So outside of any relationship outcome, what do you want for yourself in life? So that's what you need to be focusing on. What do I want for myself? And then working hard on whatever it is that you see for yourself, creating a vision for yourself for the future. So your angel card says, it's safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So yeah, step into your power so that you can create a better future for yourself. And be comfortable coming out of victimhood. Be comfortable coming out of victimhood. Don't feel like you have to be a victim forever. And just know that it's safe for you to be powerful. I myself relate to that because sometimes I feel afraid of how powerful I am, and maybe you guys sometimes, without realizing it, are afraid of coming into your power because you're afraid of how much you would change if you came into your full power. But this transformation is coming. So you're in the process of realizing your fuller potential. You're in the process of evolving and becoming a more powerful person, not because you aren't already powerful, but because you're getting to a place where you start to acknowledge the power that you already have, which allows you to unlock a part of yourself that you didn't know existed. And for those of you who chose group number 2, you guys are being called to give back. So these cards are unique because they're so blunt, so don't be offended by this message. If it rubs you the wrong way, I totally understand, but the more important thing is it says help people, give back, and do good shit for humanity. So if you chose group number 2, you're being called to help people. You're being called to volunteer. You're being called to help other people through the issues that you've survived through, that you've overcome, and to just get out of your head. Maybe stop focusing on yourself so much. When you're ready, stop focusing on yourself so much, and just remember that there are a lot of other people out in the world who have help, who need help, and you have this power, so you can give it to them. So a lot of people can benefit from what you have to offer. And the next card is this: shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive and let that shit go. So that's kind of like relating back to this healer card, right? It's like you have to take the time to address your embarrassment, your fear, your shame, your hurt feelings. Just take the time to really sink into them and let all of them come to light, and fully feel those feelings and express those feelings if whatever way you need to, and cry if you need to, so that eventually you're able to come out of that. But everything in your own time. Like, there's no rush. You don't have to rush this process because it is happening. But when you're ready. So in order to overcome your codependency, I also feel like you just have to develop a greater sense of will and a greater sense of discipline. So you have to build a practice of positive behavior. You have to build a practice of positive behavior. And once it becomes a habit, once you form a new habits, then you're good, then it becomes a lot easier. So one example of a healthy habit that you could form that will help you overcome codependency would be to meditate more. If you already meditate, then you would be meditating more. Or if you don't meditate at all, then you could start meditating. Or you could start a yoga practice. Or you could start a creative practice that you do on a regular basis. And through your healthy practices, it could be agreeing to make yourself more healthy meals, you know, twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week. You can just start with something small, but commit to that practice and then develop your will. So developing a stronger will is like working out a muscle. So you have to just exercise that muscle of creating stronger will. Sometimes it takes us years to develop enough strength where we can just tell people to fuck off, you know? But yeah, so definitely work on your will. And then also it has dreams. So this means 2 different things for me. This dreams is related to this 2 of Wands reverse, because dreams means to me, what are your desires for the future? What do you want to create for yourself? What do you want to create for your life? Like, aside from this, what do you want for yourself? What do you want for your life? So you have to spend more time visualizing, spend more time thinking about what you want for yourself in the future, and meditate on the reality that you would love to manifest for yourself. But this card also means that you need to pay attention to your dreams. So maybe you want to start a dream journal, or just start the practice of trying as best as you can to recall the dreams that you've had from the night before, because a lot of times our subconscious mind and our spirit guides deliver messages to us while we're sleeping, so that we can understand ourselves and our challenges in life in a deeper way. So a lot of messages come to you in your dreams. So it's really important for you to pay attention to your dreams, because you guys are going to have a lot of realizations about this situation once you start paying attention to your dreams, and you'll be shocked at all the messages that come to you through just paying attention to your dreams. Next, you have the action card: movement, perseverance, motivation, and discipline. So that's kind of like what I was saying before with developing your sense of will, and also creating your vision for the future, and then acting in the direction that you would like to go in. And some of you guys physically just need to get up and move, get up and dance, or practice yoga, or do some type of, go running, or just practice some type of physical movement. And that's actually going to really help you it's going to help you move stagnation out of your body and out of your mind. So if you like to dance, then I encourage you to dance more often. Or if you're a runner, then I encourage you to run more often. Or just have some type of movement, even if it's just simple stretching. Develop a practice of movement, because that's going to help move the flow. Let your energy flow instead of just sitting in one place and getting stuck. I thought it was interesting. You guys got 2 cards about boundaries. So this one says stand your ground, and this one says choice, assertiveness, empowerment, and authenticity. So obviously this is a really important message for you guys. You have to develop your personal boundaries. You have to develop a code for yourself of what is and what isn't acceptable for who you are. What is acceptable for how you treat yourself? What is acceptable for how other people treat you? Take some time to meditate on those 2 questions, and even write it down. Like, okay, this is what I will accept in a relationship, and this is what I won't accept. And so with the same token, like, what will and won't you accept for yourself? Which goes back to discipline and developing your strength of will. Like, what is acceptable for you to do with yourself? What's acceptable for how you're willing to treat yourself? So yeah, take time to meditate on that, and maybe you want to write on that to get more clear on what that means for you. And once you guys do that, you actually already are. You guys are already in the process of transforming. So a big breakthrough is on the way for you. Some of you guys are in the cocoon process, where you're hurting over past upsets, and you're kind of just like blocked off in a way, or you're in some level of darkness or pain, but it's really just a transformation process. It's kind of like, you know, in autumn, all the leaves fall off the trees, and in winter, the trees are completely bare, and a lot of the plants die. Like, sometimes we have to die. Sometimes we have to kill our old way of being, and our old selves, the old version of ourselves, literally dies. And so obviously that's a very painful process, because you're literally dying, you know, like the plants freeze to death. So there is an element of pain that's involved in these dramatic transformations that we go through in life. So there is that element of pain, but just know that on the other side, like, you become this beautiful version, more beautiful version of yourself. Not because of anything that you're doing differently besides just acknowledging who you've always been. So it's not about developing some trait or characteristic that you didn't have before, because that's kind of a lack mentality if you think about it. Like, a lot of people will tell you that you need to develop these different traits in order to be a good person or in order to be a valuable person, but it's not true. It's really just about appreciating who you already are, and through appreciating who you already are, you realize that you've always been a butterfly. Like, you just weren't seeing it before. So that's more so what it's about. And this is a pretty straightforward card, and basically it's just saying, like, even though you're afraid of this transformation that's happening right now, just know that this is all in divine timing, and you are exactly where you need to be. And it's really just a changing of seasons for you. So you don't have to be afraid of what's happening to you right now. And this is also kind of relating to this card, right? Because it says it's safe for you to be powerful. So don't be afraid of being powerful. And don't be afraid of this transformational process that's happening for you right now. And with the Six of Coins, I'm interpreting this in two different ways. The first meaning is just kind of a call back to, it calls back to, you know, be generous and give back and volunteer and reach out and help people who are in a similar situation to you or could benefit from your expertise or your life experience. But this is also a call to find relationships that are balanced and equal. Find relationships where you don't feel like you have to be the one that's giving more than you're receiving. And if you notice that you're in a relationship where you're giving more than you're receiving, then that needs to be addressed. Okay? Don't ignore that. If you see that happening, address it with the person, and if they can't change, then be willing to let them go. So that's all I have for you guys, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. If you chose group 3, these are your cards. Create, spend time alone, 2 of Cups reverse, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Swords reverse, Justice, the Star, the Porcupine, fucking apologize, forgiveness, make better fucking choices, play, move quickly. You have 3 angel cards that came out. You have the Antelope, you have get over yourself, and you have you need your people around you, and faith. So a lot of cards came out for you guys. First place that you should start with healing your codependency is to be more creative and playful. So all of us are creative beings. It's just a matter of tapping into our creative potential. What is it that you guys like to do? What brings joy to your heart? What hobbies do you enjoy? What makes you feel colorful and alive? Spend more time doing those things. For me, it's painting, dancing, and making jewelry, and just doing anything artistic. But you need to be doing activities that are taking your mind off of this situation so that you're able to appreciate your other aspects of life besides this relationship. And the second thing that you need to do is to spend some time alone to get grounded and to become more clear on the decision that you need to make, because there's a decision that needs to be made about this relationship, or also about career and finances. There are decisions that some of you guys need to make. So the easiest way for you to make the right decision is to make sure that you're spending some time alone and meditating instead of constantly having people around you, or constantly valuing other people's opinions more than you value your own. So spend some time alone so you can get clear on exactly what it is that you want. And it says move quickly. So I feel like for those who chose group 3, you guys have some opportunities coming towards you. And it's really important that you act on these opportunities. For some of you, it's going to be a work opportunity that you need to jump on, or the opportunity to move your physical location, or just move into a more positive space. So when you get that opportunity, when that opportunity presents itself, it's really important that you jump on that. Don't spend so much time that the opportunity passes you by. So the situation that's going on right now, for some of you, it's this broken love. For some of you, it's unrequited love. It was a one-sided relationship where you felt like you cared more about the person than they cared about you. Okay? And it was this negative cycle, this cycle of, oh, it's good sometimes, but then other times it's really bad. For some of you, you were cheated on and you found out that this person was cheating on you. So you got your justice because you caught them. But for some of you, I see that you are the one who cheated, or you are the one who is being toxic and creating this toxic cycle. You're the one who is being dishonest, and you got hurt from that. So justice was served. Justice is kind of like a karma card, and so is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune can mean good luck, but it also represents karmic cycles. So I feel like you guys were in or are in this karmic cycle where sometimes it's good, but then sometimes it's really bad. And it's like this up and down thing where you're like on and off. Sometimes, you're on and off, you're not always talking, and, it's just this cycle of back and forth and feeling unsure. But now that you've found out the truth that you need to know, or now that you have been given your karma, there is hope for the future, that the future can be better. Know that there's hope for the future. Know that things can and will get better for you. Some of you guys are dealing with shame or embarrassment that you have been in this cycle as long as you have, or that you fell for someone's tricks, or that you were the one who messed up a good relationship. And the porcupine card is a call for you to just release the guilt and the shame that you're feeling over this situation. Because when we are too hard on ourselves, it actually keeps us trapped in the cycle. So it's really important for you to heal your sense of guilt or your sense of shame. For some of you guys, you need to apologize. You either need to apologize to the person who is involved in the situation. This is only like a few of you who you guys were the ones who messed up, and you guys need to apologize. But for most of you, I feel like you need to apologize to yourself, right? It's like you got this card of innocence. So it's like apologize to yourself and then forgive yourself. It's like, okay, well, at any given moment, we're just all trying to figure it out, right? It's like in that moment, you were making the best decision. You were making the decision that you thought was best. And then afterwards you gain insight and you gain feedback from the decision you made. So you got your feedback, and the feedback was painful, you know, or the feedback wasn't what you wanted it to be. So now you know how to act moving forward, so you can let go of any resentment you're holding towards yourself or towards this person, because forgiveness is really going to help you move out of this energy. The only thing though about forgiveness is forgiveness can't be forced, and I don't think forgiveness can be rushed either. I think forgiveness needs to come in your own time, and I think you should move as slowly as you would like to with forgiveness. I don't believe in rushing forgiveness. So you guys will forgive when you're ready to forgive. But in the meantime, just remember to make better choices, okay? Because if you're in this place of frustration in your life, stop and think about what steps led up to you feeling the way you feel. What actions did you take that led up to you feeling the way you feel right now and being in this situation that you're in? A lot of you are growing deeply in your spirituality from this situation and just from your life experience in general. You guys are becoming more spiritual, you're becoming clairvoyant, you're becoming psychic, you're receiving synchronicities and information throughout your day and through your dreams. And this is just kind of a confirmation that yes, this is really happening. So when you receive those synchronicities, pay attention to them and just know that you're not crazy. Like, you really are having these experiences. You really are psychic. You really are intuitive. And you really are receiving these messages, and you can trust these messages to help you with this situation and to help you in all other areas of your life, because you guys have some opportunities coming in to move into a better space in your life. For some of you, it's a physical move to a better location. For some of you, it's a move to a better environment, a more positive environment in your career or in a relationship, a better relationship, okay? And so because you have these opportunities coming at you, the wrong people, being involved with the wrong people, they're gonna be intimidated by your greatness. They're gonna be intimidated by your ability to create opportunities for yourself. But don't let those people pull you down. And to move out of this codependent energy, you're gonna have to be decisive. When you make a decision to stop talking to someone, you have to stick with it. Your word needs to be law, okay? So you need to be more grounded in your decisions. And when you make your decision, that's your final fucking decision. You know, it has to be, there needs to be a firmness in your decision making. And that's really gonna help you move out of this cycle, okay? And then also, it says, get over yourself, pull your shit together. Help people, give back, and do good shit for humanity. This also came out in pile number 2. So you guys have a lot to offer to the world. And through your unique experiences, you can give back to your community. You can volunteer. You can help women who've been in abusive relationships. You can help your friends. You can help your family. You can help people overcome their obstacles, because you guys have unique skills and unique abilities that no one else has to offer, that you have to offer the world. So don't just focus on yourself and your own problems, focus on helping other people. And when we focus on helping other people, it helps you move through your shit to a better place. And the last card I want to talk about is faith. So just have faith that your situation will improve. And if you look at this person is holding out their hands to this guiding light. So just trust the guidance that you've been receiving from your angels. Trust the guidance you've been receiving through synchronicities. Trust the messages that you've been receiving. Have faith in this process and know that you will work your way through this and things are on the upswing for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who chose group number 4, the first thing that I noticed immediately about your spread is there's an abundance of purple. You guys have so many indigo purplish cards, and what that represents is that you are third eye dominant. So you guys are people who are psychic and dreamy. You probably have had visions or really strong dreams or really strong intuitions about things. And you guys are able to see past the ordinary. You guys are able to perceive more than the average person. You guys are able to peel back the veil of everyday life to see the deeper picture, which is funny that you guys have this card of look deeper. It's your first card, and it says there's more beneath the surface. Remain cool and centered. Take time to look at the deeper underlying currents and follow your intuition. So if you guys chose group 4, you guys have extremely strong intuition. You guys are psychic, and just know that your third eye is like your superpower, because it's very, very strong, and you can use it to navigate your way out of any situation and out of any challenge that you're facing in your life. Your second card is love all. Your compassion is incomplete until it includes yourself. Release self-judgment or self-punishment and self-sabotage. Include yourself when you love. So what I want to talk about, what I want to focus on from that is self-sabotage. So we do this a lot unconsciously, where we set ourselves up to lose, or we set ourselves up to fail by not going after what we know we deserve, what we know we really want. Most of the time it's out of fear or out of belief that we don't truly deserve whatever it is that we really want. So in order for you to move out of this energy of codependency, you have to love yourself more. You have to love the shadowy sides of yourself. You have to love yourself when you're having a bad day. You have to love your ugliness. And love is an action. So you don't have to like everything about yourself in order to love the ugly parts of yourself. So when you've just had an ugly cry, picture that. Picture the way you look when you've just had an ugly cry. Get yourself some Kleenex, make yourself a cup of hot tea, and take care of yourself the way you would take care of your child, or take care of your pet, or take care of, someone else who just a friend who needs help and is just having a hard time. When you see yourself at your lowest moment, take care of yourself as you would someone else who was having a hard time. Your moments and all of your traits and all the aspects of yourself, you don't have to see them as beautiful in order for you to love yourself through your hard times. And the next thing I see is you got the coexist card. It says, you do not need to win or harm anyone to be as you are. Appreciate diversity as part of nature. Variety is the spice of life. So I feel that you guys have been, maybe unknowingly, feeling that if your opinion disagrees with someone that you care about, or perhaps someone has been looking down on you, and so then you feel the need to explain yourself or defend your actions to try to get their beliefs to match your beliefs. But what this is saying is, in order to move out of codependent energy, you have to learn to accept that not everyone is going to have the same beliefs as you, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It's really just about being confident enough to accept that you don't have to win people over. You can just flow with it. You can flow with the stream of life, even though we don't always agree with the people around us. So learn to make peace with the fact that sometimes people aren't going to agree with you. Sometimes they're not going to see it your way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong or they're wrong. It's just
a part of the variety and duality of life. So it's something that you're gonna have to come to peace with. And then we have this whole purple section, which is where we get into like the third, like heavy third eye energy. You have the mind, dreams, seeing, insight. So you guys would benefit greatly from spending time sitting and meditating. I also encourage you to pay attention to your dreams, because you guys have important messages coming to you through your dreams. So it's important that you try your best to start a practice of remembering as much of your dreams as possible. And just know that your third eye is like your superpower, because I mean, it's very, very, very strong energy coming through in your reading. So I feel like they really wanted you to know that you guys have an extremely powerful third eye. So look up some third eye meditations on YouTube and do some more research into understanding your third eye, so that you can really hone your power and just cut through the bullshit, basically. No one will be able to fool you, because you'll be able to see past what they're telling you or see past immediate appearances. There's also a call for you to spend less time on your phone. Spend less time on your phone, spend less time on your laptop. Go outside, go outside, take more walks, spend more time around trees and nature, because look at this card that you guys got. It says, appreciate the beauty inside and all around you. So if you're always staring at your phone, then you're not able to see the beauty that is surrounding you in your life. It's kind of a call to stop and smell the roses. So when you go outside, appreciate the sunlight, or appreciate the rain or the snow or the trees or whatever it is that's around you. Appreciate your surroundings. And when you look in the mirror, appreciate yourself, because you guys are beautiful. Like, do you see this swan? The swan is looking at its own reflection. The swan is being reflected on the water, and it's a call to look at yourself and appreciate your own beauty. So that's another message for you guys on how you can overcome your codependency, is learn to appreciate the beauty that you have reflected back at you in the mirror and all around you in your life. There's so much beauty that all of us experience in our lives, no matter how hard our lives are. And trust me, I know how hard life can be. There's no doubt about it. It is definitely very, very hard at times, but there's still an abundance of beauty around us. So this is a call to just stop and appreciate that beauty that surrounds all of us. And this card really is just mirroring back to how strong your third eye is. I know I've talked about that so much, but it just keeps coming up in this reading. It says that little voice inside you, listen to that. So yes, you have very strong intuition already as it is. Like, you probably need to be giving me a reading, because you have insight. You have the ability to see. You know what I mean? Your mind is so strong and powerful and psychic. You have all of these abilities. So you don't really even need to be watching this reading, because I feel like you already know what you need to do. Like, the Hermit is another card of immense wisdom. And the Hermit is also a call to spend some time alone, so you can get your mind right and figure out what your next move is going to be. So you have a call to spend time alone. You have a call to spend time in meditation. You also have a call to practice yoga and exercise. It says yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. So make sure you're stretching out your muscles. Make sure you're exercising your muscles. I feel like you guys would benefit from running, because the energy of running is just going to help reset your mind. I feel like you guys just need a reset. So use physical activity to help you reset and rebalance your mind, because you guys, some of you guys are holding on to a painful situation that happened in the past, but you never fully processed your pain. You never even fully sat with it and fully became aware of how much pain you've been through, or how painful a situation was. You just it's like you just ignored it and just kept driving through, because a lot of you didn't have time. You felt like, oh, I don't have time to process this pain. I have to keep going. You know, I have too much to do. I have to keep going, so I can't just sit around and be sad. So you stored it in your body because you didn't take the time to process it. And I completely understand that sometimes we literally just feel like we don't have the time because we have to make money, or we have to take care of our families, or whatever our other responsibilities are. So a lot of you have this stored pain in your body and in your mind and in your heart from the past, past extremely painful experience, an ending or a betrayal that you never fully processed. And so that's why you're stuck in this codependent energy, is because you never took the time to grieve and process your pain. So in order to move out of that energy, you're gonna have to take the time to just really explore your pain of the past and give your pain and your grievances the attention that they deserve, because the experiences that you've survived are valid and they're worthy of paying attention to. So just know that. And also, if you guys have been experiencing troubling times with your family life, if you've been arguing a lot with your family, or you've just been having a hard time, it feels like you guys are out of harmony or out of sync with each other, or your home life is just chaotic. It also could be like your experience with your roommate, but it's just like your home life has been out of harmony to a certain extent. Then this is just a card saying that the angels are aware of your prayer to improve your home life and improve your family life, and that things are going to get better as long as you're open to receiving that things are going to improve in your family life. And okay, so we have two more cards. The first is the wolf, the guardian. You are safe and protected at all times. So this card has two different meanings. The first meaning is know that you're safe. Know that it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to process your pain. It's okay to move on. And it's okay for people to not like you. That's another one that I feel like is important. It's okay for people to not like you because you're safe. You're extremely powerful. Especially all of us are powerful, but especially you, group number 4. You guys are super powerful. So know that you're safe, because as much as you felt hurt in the past by the world, by people you trusted who let you down or betrayed you, know that you're still safe. And this is also telling me that you guys are protected by your angels and by your spirit guides and by God. You're protected and you're safe. So don't feel like you can't interact with the world out of fear that you need to hide away or shy away from anything, because you're protected. And this is a thumbs up to move forward with your life. And the last card says, you're giving away your power. You're a badass, act like it, which I feel like is a great ending message for all the groups. You are giving away your power. So what does that mean? So basically, when you guys are getting stuck on, oh, well, I don't like what this person thinks about me, I don't like the way other people are seeing me, and you're feeling down about that, or you're allowing yourself to be victimized by people who don't even know what they're doing themselves, you're giving away your power. Okay? So just know that you're an extremely powerful person, and no one else's opinion of you and what you choose to do with your life should hold more weight than your own opinion of yourself. No one else has had your experience, your exact unique life experiences besides you. So you know why you did everything that you did. You know why you are exactly the way you are. And none of us can really tell you about yourself. It's not for me to judge. It's not for them to judge. It's for you to judge, okay? So don't let other people's opinions hold power over your life to the point where it's making you sad or making you miserable or making you question your value, because you're just too powerful for that. So I'll leave you guys on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.